Good afternoon. I'm David Bayada, the CEO here at Bayada Home Healthcare, and today is Friday, May 15th, and this is your CEO update. Amazingly, this is our 30th CEO update. It feels like a lifetime ago that we began to encounter and respond to this crisis, both in society and with our clients and our employees here in our Bayada community. As I've been working so hard to do every time is to start with an expression of gratitude. Each of you are dealing with so much complexity and so many challenges in both your personal and your professional lives. And I'm inspired every day by the work, the commitment, the courage, the resilience, and the compassion that I get to observe and hear about. I want to also start today with some exciting news about the success and hopefully pending success of our advocacy for hazard reimbursement to fund hazard pay. As I mentioned last week, we're working really hard in Washington and at the state level to advocate on behalf of our field staff, on behalf of all of our employees, for stimulus funding to support additional compensation for all of you that are working so hard every single day. And I'm pleased to report that it feels like there's a positive response and there's some good news on the horizon. There is currently a $200 billion stimulus bill on the floor in Washington, D.C. that will be targeted towards hazard reimbursement. And this hazard reimbursement are the funds that we've been advocating for tirelessly over the past few weeks to fund hazard pay. It's the reimbursement that we need in order to pass it on to you in the form of hazard pay and hazard compensation for all the incredible work that you're doing, all the PPE that you're donning every day, and all of the extra compensation for long hours in unpredictable situations. So I'm optimistic and I'm grateful for all of your support out there in your communities with your legislators. If you're looking for ways to express support of this hazard reimbursement bill in Washington, D.C., you can reach out to me, you can reach out to your director, and we'll point you in the direction of where you can express your support. The more vocal you are about your support for this hazard reimbursement bill in Washington, D.C., the more likely it is to pass, and the more likely it will be that we have the reimbursement necessary to create fantastic hazard pay programs for each of you. In that context, I want to pass it on to Eric Thule, our Chief People Officer, to provide a little bit of an update on some of the other relief programs that we have been working tirelessly on in response to your feedback through our COVID-19 survey program. Eric?
Thank you, David, and thank you for your communication, your leadership, your courage, and transparency. It comes out loud and clear in our COVID-19 Keep in Touch survey. And the themes we keep hearing are communication, protection, and compensation. Those are the three overarching themes. And we've heard a lot about the level of communication and transparency that you and other leaders have been providing to the organization. So thank you. Compensation, we talked a lot about compensation, and thank you. Hazard pay is making some progress. We're going to be galvanizing that. And some other aspects of compensation that we've been trying to create are some of these relief programs. And so with the relief programs, we wanted to spotlight the one or two to share with you today. One is that we've talked about prior, which is an emergency leave fund program to allocate up to 80 hours for individuals based on how much they work for dealing with COVID-19 at work. We've awarded over 365 employees so far, and this program continues to continue and refine. One other program that we haven't talked much about is the BAYADA Employee Relief Program, which is things that are not necessarily related to just sick leave. And this program tries to ease the financial hardship for employees with various different lost wages, expenses, groceries. And I just want to share one example. The names have been removed, if you will, but the idea is an example of how this process works in a story. So Carolyn, who's a field LPN, worked for BAYADA for 7 years. She worked Monday through Saturday with a 6-year-old boy, one of our clients. When the child's father tested positive for COVID-19, the family put all services on hold. So Kayla was able to pick up a few new shifts, but at the same time, Kayla's husband was also furloughed from his job. So Kayla, with 2 small children, became the sole breadwinner for her family. And we decided to help with the family household bills and award that family with $500. And so just an example of the types of situations that we are trying to help. And to give you some context, we have actually galvanized and donated over $250,000 of donations in this fund, primarily through internal employees trying to help out other employees, as well as some outside donations. And so these are the types of stories and types of situations that we're trying to help out, trying to make things a little bit easier on our employees and their families amidst this pandemic. So more to come, but those were just some examples I wanted to share with you on the compensation aspects. And so once again, I will plug, please, we hear over 500 responses a week. We would like that to be increased, because without listening to the voices of all of you in the Keep in Touch survey, we can't understand how we're doing and how we can maybe creatively do things better to meet your needs. So continue to please respond and let us know. And thank you so much for all that you do. And we appreciate you every day. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. I want to just underscore the pride that it gives me to hear about all of our employees helping their peers. We have this incredible community here, and so these relief programs have been, in large part funded by each other. These are employees helping employees, giving of themselves, giving of their own compensation, of their own vacation time if they have it available, giving of their own time and energy in supporting others in our community here who are navigating all different forms of stress and adversity. And so it's amazing to watch our community come together to support each other so that we can in turn support our clients and their families as well. With that, I want to end, as I often do going into the weekend, with a great video from our habilitation team in Wilmington, North Carolina. Habilitation at BAYADA is our services focused on those adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And this is a great way to end the week as you go into the weekend. We'll see you next week.
This goes out to everyone that is different, has special needs, feel conscious, different shapes, sizes, disabilities, what have you. You don't need to change who you really are to basically please the people who don't love you the way you are. That all that matters is just don't pay attention to what other people think. All that matters is your friends and family is the real people who will stick by you and stick up to you no matter what. And especially goes out to my Johnston County Special Olympics teammates. Be strong, guys. I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, we'll wash your broken parts. I learned to be ashamed of all my scars. One way, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I will let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. When sharpest words could cut me down, like a sinful goes round the mouth. I I come. And marching on to be a drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. No round voice hits my skin. Will fly away. 'Cause today I'll let the truth begin. Real words and no case. Reaching for the sun. A warrior. That's who we become. Oh, let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Warrior. These words will cut me down. I'm going simple, close your mouth. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. I'm marching out to be a drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. This is me. I know that I love. Look at you. When sharp words will cut me down. Because simple goes right to mouth.